Hey guys, it's Craig at Area 419, here to introduce to you a brand new Area419.com exclusive. It's the Orange Bench Vise with Area 419 Rifle Maintenance Jaw Set. Let's dive into it. Since the beginning of Area 419, we've been using Orange Vises in our vertical milling machines and now the Orange Vise ball lock system with our horizontal in the tombstones. They're an American company. Everything they make is made in America, and we really like those guys. When we found out that they had a bench vise, we had to have one, so we immediately bought it, and it's unbelievable. A note about this vise system: it is not your grandpa's Wilton vise that is meant for welding and torching and taking a 2-pound steel hammer to. Do not buy it thinking it's that. It's an exceptionally large, robust, well-built vise. It is not a steel welding vise. Please don't buy it and think that it is, because it is not. You'll be disappointed. It's a fabulous piece of equipment. We think it's the ultimate, the perfect vise to have in the firearm room, but it is not your grandpa's steel vise. Again, I can't reiterate that enough. Anyway, we got one of these in. We thought it was awesome. Every one of these comes with a pair of aluminum soft jaws. These are 5-inch jaws that index in. They're interchangeable jaws. It's very easy to get them in and out. But we immediately knew that because these are a CarveSmart style jaw that we see in a lot of vices, we could do some cool stuff on the footprint. So knowing that this vise could do what it could do, we wanted to make the ultimate set of jaws. But first, when I said it can do what it can do, the ability of this vise to maneuver around what you're trying to work on is incredible. Now I've got it loosened up a little bit to where I can maneuver it. You can obviously lock it down in any of these positions, but the vise can totally spin on its base. It can be removed from that base, and we'll sell you, if you really want, some of these bases to put in different locations. I could pick this up and go put it on another workbench if I felt fit. It's very easy to do. It takes a couple seconds. But it can swivel on the base. It can also rotate in a full axis in this way. So you can rotate the orientation of the vise and lock it in. And the vise can also be lengthened or hung out further on your bench. So if I needed to get it really open, or for some reason I needed a huge grabbing area, I could move this secondary jaw back. There's a lot that you can do to these. They're very, very capable, very dynamic based on what you need them to do. And we're big fans of them. And all you really need to do most of this manipulation is a 1/4-inch hex, as well as a smaller hex. I believe this is 1/8 inch for changing out jaws. Anyway, now that we know what the vise is capable of, let's talk about the jaws. So from top down, we've got slots for a bolt. We've got a standard V-block slot, and we've got a barrel vise system built in on dovetail. So from the top, we've got the Arca jaws. I often find when I'm working on a rifle, it's got an Arca rail on bottom. So if I want to work on that rifle, let's say I'm cleaning this one, all I've got to do is lock it in. I can adjust it to pitch downward. And if I want to clean this rifle, point it off the edge of the bench, put a trash can on the end here, and I've got a nice platform for that. Or if I'm working on the muzzle, I could move it this way and get nice access to the muzzle. If I'm mounting a scope, I've got a nice platform. This thing is held down. I can work on that optic. Whatever I'm doing, I've got good access to the top of the rifle here. But I've also removed barreled actions from chassis a time or two, or from stock a time or two. So it's really nice to be able to take that rifle, flip it over, drop it into that Picatinny vise section. It's held by the barreled action. If I want to remove that chassis, I can. I can then work on the trigger, put a different chassis in there, whatever I need to do. I've got that item exposed, and I've got a good grab here on the receiver, instead of having to try to hold this rifle by the stub of the barrel, or switch back and forth. We're holding on to this, or flip it over and try to take a chassis off by removing the barreled action upward. Kind of a pain. This, for us, seems like the right way to do it. So those are the way we hold rifles. If I want to manipulate a bolt, we've got a slot made specifically to hold the Remington 700 and 700 clone size bolt bodies. So if I've got a Kleindorf tool and want to remove a firing pin, spring, shroud assembly, I can do that. I've got good access here. If I want to flip this thing over and work on my my ejector or my extractor and drift and drive those pins in and out, we all know what kind of pain that can be. Got good access to them here. We've also got, like I said, a generic V-block in the center to grab cylindrical things. If you've got to hold on to, let's say it's a suppressor and you're trying to get a mount in or out of the back or something of that nature, you've got a good grab there. And then as we get to the bottom, one of the really cool features here, we've got a barrel vise bushing system. So these will all come with the kit. This kit's going to be $11.50. It's a limited availability kit. We'll get into more of that later, but $11.50 is the retail price for basically everything in front of me here. We expect if you're buying this to have your own 1/4-inch Allen keys, so you guys will have to find those if you don't have them. But the bushing system comes with a universal V-block that you can use for anything that's not included here, as well as a 1-inch bushing, a 1.200-inch bushing, and a 1.250-inch bushing. So if you've got MTU or M24 or any of the smaller 1-inch, like certain AR barrels or odd sizes that you want to grab further down in the barrel with the V-block, these 4 bushings, in our experience, are going to cover about anything you encounter. We may do some other odd sizes if we see a lot of demand for it. But these 4 with a detented storage block are what will come with the kit. Now, for these bushings, the installation on them is very, very simple. You simply slide in, and you'll get a positive detent when they're in place. Once they're in, you will back out the vise, put your barreled action in, squeeze it back down. One nice thing about these vices is they regulate the amount of pressure based on, once this thing gets snug, how much more you turn it. There will be a guide included with the vise when you open it up. But from here, from tight, I can go just over a 1/4 turn. If I had this tightened down, that would have shifted. If I go just over a 1/4 turn, I'm going to have quite a bit of pressure. For most barreled actions, that's going to pop them loose. If I need to get a little more purchase, I can obviously lock this down and go just a little bit further. And I'm going to have a huge amount of pressure holding those 6061. They're a softer aluminum. They're flexible. They're grabbing onto that barrel. Again, when you're using barrel vise, get a wrap of drywall tape or something to give you resin or purchase on that barrel and protect it. But they are going to give you wonderful compression and wonderful grab onto a barrel and make this, in our opinion, the most versatile firearm vise ever brought to market, with the jaws system, the whole package that we're collaborating with Orange Vise on. So guys, again, retail price for the vise and the 5-inch jaws that come with it, and the Area 419 rifle maintenance jaws, and the barrel vise bushing kit, whole kit and caboodle, $11.50. Area419.com is the only place you'll find it. Because the vise is included, this isn't something we're going to be able to offer through our dealer network. So Area419.com, $1,150. These are not something that we're going to have a huge number of, so I expect they will be out of stock quite a bit. If you want one, you find them online, buy it. We don't have a huge schedule for when these are going to roll through. We have a lot of other products that are eating up a lot of our production resources right now, but we thought they were cool. It's something that we appreciated, and it's something that we think you guys will appreciate too. So if you got any questions about this system, drop them in the comments. All the things I went through will be in the description of the product at Area419.com. So until next time.